He did.
Any update on how he's doing?
Yeah, we know it's a shoulder right now. We don't know the extent. We'll get back, get some X-rays to find out. Obviously, couldn't return to the game. Hoping for the best, but still just don't know for sure.
Mike, Tony, this is obviously the first game back after everything you have been through. That's a lot of emotional stuff around this team. How do you think your guys handled it, and what did today mean on that front?
Yeah, I thought the guys did a great job every day to get to this point. It's hard to quantify and put into words just everything that they've had to go through just to get to this point. And I thought the guys showed up and had a really good spirit about them, great energy, and I thought they played extremely hard, and they fought and they battled, and that's all you can ask of these guys. So just to see them get a chance to play football was the victory for me. Obviously, we got a lot of work to do. I know ultimately we'll be judged by what the scoreboard says, but internally as a program, and I couldn't be more proud of a group of young men, an administration, a staff that fought. I mean, what we had to endure is unprecedented. And still, like it's hard to quantify and put into words and just really wrap your head around it. And for these guys to be able to make the decision to come back to the University of Virginia, that was a tough decision. To come back and fight and continue to be a part of the program, and just to see their resilience and to see them in a locker room after this game, still standing together, still believing in the best for this season, the best for this future, because they believe in each other, and that's what it took. And so I'm just extremely proud of the players, the staff, the administration, and all those that are close to the program that supported us through this time.
Jackie, then Jeff, then Gene.
Yep.
On a positive note for the offense,
No turnovers.
How much can you feel from that?
Yeah, I mean that's we say the program is the ball, so that's improvement there. And the biggest thing is when we go back and watch the tape, we'll see that there were a lot of things that we didn't do that we had been doing, and that's the key when you get into the heat of battle, being able to just trust your technique and not abandon what your coaching is. So we got some maturity to grow there, but I thought the guys the guys desire, their fight was there. They took care of the ball, which is positive. Time of possession obviously was in our favor, but at the end of the day, we didn't play our best football offensively, and we didn't play complementary football. And so when we had opportunities, when the defense was able to secure short fields for us, or special teams secured short fields, we didn't take advantage. And that's where we got to grow and understand how important momentum is. If you score points, you hit that first field goal, or you score points on some of those short fields, man, you never know what could happen. And I think what you saw, late in the game, especially in the late third, fourth quarter, Tennessee just had momentum, and they were able just to kind of ride that momentum and finish out the game.
You spoke during the week about how strong you thought Tennessee would be up front.
Yeah.
Particularly on their defensive line, did that turn out to be maybe even more?
Yeah, I thought.
For them than you thought going in.
We knew the game was gonna come down to the trenches on both sides. It was gonna come down to the strength and then also the depth in the trenches. And I thought that we probably could have done a better job of trying to establish the run a little bit earlier in the game. We were trying to be aggressive and take advantage of some of the short fields, and but they did a great job, and they had depth too. So they were rolling a lot of guys in there, and you didn't see much of a drop off. And so some of it was what they were doing. Also, some of it was us as well. Just not necessarily working in unison how we had been doing in the run or the pass game. And then one-on-one matchups. And at the end of the day, they won their one-on-one matchups, which resulted in our quarterback getting hit. So we'll evaluate it and see where the fundamental breakdown was. And then sometimes, you're just going to lose a one-on-one matchup. Sometimes a guy just flat out beats you. Right, but I can't say that was the totality of it until I watched the film. But it was the difference in the game. And then the flip side on their offense versus our defensive line, where they just had they covered us up too much, and we gave up too much in the run game. I thought our guys fought hard, but we weren't able to stop the run like we're used to. And from that standpoint, they can drive the pace of the game and set the mindset for the game if you're able to establish the run. There's nothing more frustrating for a team is when the opposing team is just able to run the football.
Hey, Tony, to follow up on Mike's question, even though you had Mike in spring practice and fall camp, to see him in an official game,
Oh, man.
how inspirational was that?
He's a walking miracle, and I think that obviously things have moved forward, and people are going to see him play, but just the fact that he's back in November we had no idea what his life was going to look like, much less that he was going to be able to run out with the four-side flag today and be able to play and be a significant part of our game plan. So just a testament to him, and really proud of him, and he's an inspiration to me, and that's why I say he's a walking miracle. And you're very fortunate in life if you're able to witness a miracle, and for us, we've all been blessed because he is a walking miracle.
Andrea, then Mike.
Tony, can you just describe what your emotions were before kickoff? And then as a second part of that, now that you guys went through this, and next week will also be an emotional game, what types of things can you take away from the way the team responded that will help going in next week?
Prior to the game, I was at peace. I was at peace, knowing that, the victory had already been won. Just this team, getting to this point and being here in the face of everything. Because you got to remember, every day they walk out on that field, they're reminded. Every day they walk off that field, they're reminded. Every day they go to class on grounds, they're reminded. I mean, every day they're reminded of what happened. And not everybody is done grieving or healing, man. We're still healing as an institution, as an athletic department, as a program. We got families and individuals that are still grieving and still healing. So that's the victory for us. And so the good thing was we were able to get to this point, and even though the outcome didn't go the way that we wanted it to go, the guys can have confidence knowing that, I can do it. Right now that they've gotten to this point and been through it, knowing that next week's going to be different, though, because we're going to be back in Scott Stadium, and that brings a different component, and there's going to be a lot of things done by the athletic department. So there's another set of challenges, but we got to take it one day at a time, and that's how we've gotten to this point, and that's how we'll do it. We'll take it one day at a time. We're going to process this game, and as I told the guys in the locker room, part of having a winning mindset is humility, and to learn how to win, you got to learn how to lose, right, and take a loss. And so there's going to be a lot of learning in this experience, and then we'll flush it Sunday. And Monday, we got to get our minds ready for JMU, and then everything that's ahead of us in that Monday, and then transition to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as we prepare for Saturday.
Mike and Greg.
A couple positive things from on-field. Early in the game, 4th and short, they elect to go for it. Interesting call for them, but from your side, your defense coming up and making that stop, I think the moment was there. Man,
the defense and special teams in the first half. I mean, other than the first drive, man, defense was playing hard and finding stops and a couple of misplays on their part. And next thing you know, we got short fields, and to see them, stop, so there's confidence. And you build off of that because you're able to show them this is what you're capable of. And then we just work on the consistency going forward to be able to do it all the time. So there's going to be a lot of positive from the tape, but then also a tremendous amount of opportunities to grow. I got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to execute better. We all know that. But it's a great opportunity. As I told them, this is the first week. This is a small sample size. We're going to learn from it, and then we're going to put it behind us and go focus on the next one.
And I know that offensively you didn't get the production you wanted.
Yeah.
Malachi seemed like a potential star in the making.
That's right.
What did you see from him?
Yeah, there were a couple of throws. I was hoping he was going to come down. I thought the ball placement was pretty good, and their guys, made a couple of plays. I wanted to see him, come down with, but he made some big third down catches over the middle. Made a huge play when we were able to kind of put together a little bit of a drive to go get some points. So I think we know what he's capable of. We just collectively have to continue to and that's offensive football. That's the tough thing about offensive football. It takes all 11 to be able for one guy to be able to do his job. The other 10 got to be on the same page.
Encouraged at all by what you saw in the run game, maybe third quarter?
Yeah, probably kicking myself. I should have forced the run maybe a little bit more early in the game. But still, when we were handing it off, we didn't quite have the push, or the backs weren't quite finding it. And that's the thing with the run game. You got to stick to it. And be consistent to get the back slathered up so they can find it. But encouraged to see how the guys fought. Encouraged for the running back room because they have a chance now to show some leadership. It was a great opportunity for them to step up, and I thought they did there in the third quarter. So there's positive, but we probably should have tried to run the ball a little bit more in the first half to see if we can settle the offense down as opposed to being as aggressive as we were.
And then
Jeff,
with Sue,
I'm sorry.
oh, sorry, and then with Sue, he had the
Yeah.
fumble recovery early. Were you surprised by that? And then obviously the
No.
injury.
Yeah, not surprised by Sue. I think we know he's a very capable guy. He made a couple plays for us last year, and he had a good camp, and he was training in the right direction. And my heart goes out to him because, of his situation. And right now, I don't know the extent, but it looks like it's both knees right now. So we're hoping that we get positive results, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to, to see him through this one. Don't know the extent, but I know it's significant.
We'll wrap it up with Jeff.
Sparks had several booming punts, then in the second half, Williams had, I think, 2
Yeah.
punts. Is that a case of Williams just being a super explosive returner, or were there breakdowns?
Right. I'm not going to take anything away from Williams coming into the game. Tremendous amount of respect for him. He had done it last year. But what I think he had to is when you boom it out there, guys gotta get down the field. And I thought we had some opportunities to make some open field tackles, and we didn't. We missed a couple tackles there. And once you miss the first or the second tackle, then he's punctured your coverage team, and it's very, very hard after that. So the key is to put it up there high, somebody get down in his face, force the fair catch, and we did that at times, but the other times we were down there and just didn't make the play. And then a dangerous guy, once he makes that first guy miss, it's hard. So we're going to go back and look at it, and I thought our protection was a lot better than last year. I mean, last year protecting Sparky was not good. So we improved there. So there's some incremental improvements, but coverage-wise, we got to do a better job. And I think the last one, we had a guy down there in position and just didn't come to balance and wrap him up and get him on the ground.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate
Jamie's
it.
waiting.